flag and give us some words.
Thanks, everyone. This time I wrote it down, so I'm going to read it. Okay. Hi, I'm Jillian DeMontany. My pronouns are she and her. I'm not at all nervous. I'm a family doctor. I practice gender-affirming healthcare, and I'm delighted to be invited to raise the pride flag today with all of you. Mr. Fred Rogers, well, actually his mom, taught my generation that when things seem scary, and they do indeed seem scary now, look for the helpers. There are always helpers. I know many of you are the helpers, and I want to thank you so much for what you're doing. I wasn't always a helper. By a happy accident, a trans woman contacted me and asked me to be her family doctor. I quickly learned how much I still didn't know about gender-affirming healthcare, and I'm still learning. At first I was quite hesitant. I didn't prescribe hormones for quite some time, and I waited even longer before I would prescribe puberty blockers for youth. The guidelines, you see, recommend that this work be done by an experienced, skilled, multidisciplinary team, including an endocrinologist, experts in child development, mental health, adult sexual health. There's now a clinic that does this work up in Calgary, but it takes years, plural, and hundreds of miles, kilometers, of travel to get there. The time between choosing goals to transition and accessing the care that makes those goals possible is the period of greatest risk for a trans person. Don't believe me? The research has been done. It's being done. The information is obvious. You can read it yourselves, because I don't have time today. When my very trusted colleague and friend, psychologist Ashley Yule, who specializes in gender-affirming mental health care for youth, showed me the data, it changed my world. I reflected back on my own practice, and I realized that the choice wasn't between me, my own practice, less than ideal, and an ideal of care. The choice was me, family physician, willing to learn while doing, or nothing at all for years of risk. The choice is suddenly not a choice at all. I'm thrilled that I get to do this work, though not quite perfectly, because it really can be lives and years of quality of life better than the alternative. So I wanted to take some time in the rain to encourage all of you, if there's any way that you can, to become one of the helpers. If you spotted an issue and you want to work to improve it, but you've hesitated because it's new, or because you didn't feel like you fit the ideal of who should be doing that work, it might be, although not quite perfect, your efforts will be exactly what the situation needs. I hope that, like me, you dive in, swim around in it, just get all kinds of good in it, and resolve to stay open to the feedback. May you find the work abundant and satisfying, and may you find that there's a lot of grace shown to you for giving it your best shot. There are always helpers, and with many hands, we can shift the world to be a more welcoming, affirming place for all of us. With each of us giving a little piece of ourselves, our community is richer, stronger, and more resilient. As a symbol of this diversity, this unity, this community, let's raise this gorgeous flag.